one of the things I hear all the time is like, hey, Quincy, you're holding on to a lot of work, a big collection of art, and a fair amount of people may know you, maybe not a lot, but they know of your collection. You never really share works periodically, and maybe you may loan a painting to an institution, but not that often. I mean, if somebody reaches out and they're potentially going to write some type of resume, of course, I'll try to jump into that. But for loaning works, I just don't. I just kind of live with my work. And so it speaks to like the legacy and what do you want to do? So this is another thing, right? So I'm trying to figure out, what do I want to do long term, right? Do I just at some point sell everything? So you got to do that slowly. That's a whole process, a whole game in itself, right? As you know. Do I give big blocks to institutions? What's your thought? What's your strategy on that?
Well, I do feel a certain responsibility as a collector. As I mentioned earlier, I'm trying to figure out what my connections and all this is. I do feel or believe as a Black person that part of my duty is to help show these images and works to our community for them to see them.
Right.
So I believe that I don't have an issue loaning works. When someone asks, if I feel comfortable with the whatever institution, whatever wants to do it, I'm going to loan it because I want people to see it. I have, like you said, you have a lot of works in storage. I have some works in storage too. I certainly can't look at all of them at the same time.
Right.
So I do feel it's a good way to help, both the artists, but more importantly for persons, hopefully in our community, see the works. Now, when these works go to big institutions, like whatever, the Met, the MoMA, or whatever,
right.
Not just Black people, but people in general don't go to museums. It's only a very select crew or crowd that goes to museums.
Right.
So any chance I think we get to spread these images and spread some of these messages of the artists, at least on the surface that appear to be, talking about us, I do feel that's part of the mission. Down the road, I've thought about donation, for sure.
Yeah.
After I leave the earth, and I have nephews.
Right.
Certainly will leave some to him if I deem that he understands the importance of it. I think people get caught up in that.
Exactly right.
I don't know if your relatives will cherish these things as much as you will at all.
Right.
If you don't educate them with you along with the journey, then they're not going to deem these things important. They'll get your soul in the fire sale.
Right. Exactly right.
I do think if you find an institution that can take your works, that's great, especially, again, Black institutions that are capable of managing it, but also white institutions too, to help, broaden their horizon about what they have in their collection. So it's a three-pronged thing.